It's not difficult to know the time nowadays. You can simply take out your phone or look at your watch to find out. However, 30 to 40 years ago, adjusting your watch while watching the news was a common practice. Have you ever wondered how people determined time 200 to 300 years ago? Today, let's briefly discuss the sundial cannon, which was prevalent in Europe for about 300 years. The sundial cannon, also known as the noon cannon and meridian cannon, has a simple structure. It became popular in the 17th century, and it is difficult to trace back to who exactly invented it. However, it did not come out of thin air. Prior to this, European ports and small towns had time signaling cannons, and the guards would observe the sundial. When it was noon, they would fire the cannon to indicate the time to residents and sailors. After the appearance of the sundial cannon in the 17th century, this task became automated. The basic structure of the sundial cannon consists of a sundial base, a cannon, and a lens for focusing sunlight. It comes in various sizes, from small household ornaments to field cannons, depending on the different usage scenarios. When using it, the sundial cannon needs to be placed in the corresponding position, and the cannon barrel needs to be aligned with the north using a compass. The cannon itself also needs to be positioned in the direction of the sundial's noon mark. At this time, the height of the lens also needs to be adjusted according to the season. When it is local noon, the lens focuses the sunlight to ignite the cannon's fuse. The cannon, preloaded with gunpowder, will then be ignited and produce a sound. People would hear the sound of the cannon and know that it's noon. Of course, the cannon is only loaded with gunpowder and not a projectile, so as not to cause harm to anyone. During that time, small sundial cannons were commonly used in estates and parks. The sound of the cannon was probably similar to a loud clap, so it could be heard by those nearby. These sundial cannons were more delicate, with some using brass bases and others made of marble. For larger occasions, a larger-sized sundial cannon was needed, such as in towns. For example, the largest remaining sundial cannon is in the town of Otterberg, Sweden. The cannon is a 6-pounder, and its firing can be heard within several kilometers. It is installed in a red brick tower, with a slit for sunlight to shine through. This cannon does not use a noon firing design, but instead fires at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. The greatest advantage of the sundial cannon is its labor-saving nature. Once installed, all you need to do is wait to hear the sound of the cannon. It is also durable and can be used for decades or even hundreds of years. Many small sundial cannons have been preserved to this day, as there are a large number of them and they are not made of valuable materials, so these old items are not actually worth much. However, the disadvantages of the sundial cannon are also very obvious. It can only be set for one specific time, and it is dependent on sunlight. It cannot be used in rainy weather, and it also requires fine adjustments based on the change in the sun's altitude angle. It can be said that at that time, it was a fairly good timekeeping device, but it lost its value over time.